Whoa, that's a whole lot of fear. That's a whole lot of fear. I'm so used to having mysterious stone structures in the woods around where I live, but this is a different level. Is this part of the Great Wall? Because it seems like this section is the only okay wall. I don't like that height. That's genuinely like horrifying. What happens if you slip and fall? This is the worst set of stairs to fall down. I kind of love the absolute obtusity of the Great Wall. It's just shocking. God, that is insane. That is absolutely insane. Which makes sense, because hello everybody and welcome to Kalbus. My name is Lumo, and today we are looking at r/ThatsInsane, a subreddit to things that just seem, completely otherworldly and obscene to think about. The things that are indeed insane. It's like next effing level, except I can say the subreddit in the intro without getting demonetized. Let's just get right into it. A 400-year-old bonsai tree that survived the bombing of Hiroshima. Are we sure that its growth isn't due to the bomb? That is huge. Like, that looks just like a chode tree. That's like a small yet thick boy. I don't know, something about this is insane. I'm not sure if it's the size of the fact that, people have been tending to this one tree for 400 years. How often have they changed that pot? It's huge. How much does that tree weigh? It's on a pretty hefty support, so it has to weigh a good amount. That's genuinely insane. Side note, it wasn't in Hiroshima. That's how it survived. Thanks, comments, for the clarification. Giant Buddha of Leshad. That's that's actually super cool. I love how worn out and decaying it is. This is an uncharted prop piece. I think this is cool. I always find these huge in-wall religious monuments to be absolutely insane. Like giant Jesus, giant Buddha. The fact that this one's carved into the mountain is the coolest crap. And then in the background you can see the monastery, which is also neat. I don't know, I'm a sucker for this. I'm a sucker for this kind of thing where it's just man in a time without tools doing insane engineering and architectural feats just because they're that passionate. I think it's super cool, and I'm glad that even after all these years, he's still smiling. Oh yeah, top comment, it's surrounded by temples containing beautiful statues. I actually still have a video of my descent to the toe of Buddha. It's apparently a long route. Oh my god, I didn't even realize the two other little statues carved in above the river. That's insane. Baseball shredding through 9 first base mitts. Yeah, I definitely feel safe playing baseball now. That's terrifying. This has to be shot out of a hydraulics cannon or something. It's smarter every day. I know what kind of crap they get up. That's obscene. Are they frozen, or is it just the sheer velocity of this ball just obliterating it? It was fired at Mach 1.3 using a custom high-pressure cannon. Okay, so now we know what happens to the baseball if it goes Mach 1.3. What team do they play for again? Yeah, they can't catch the ball if the ball goes straight through their hands. Pouring fire on a burger. This is really cool. I don't know why I like this, but I love the fact that they just put a burger on flaming barbecue sauce. But at the same time, you have to eat that with a knife now. You've ruined the point of the burger. But at the same time, that was a neat trick with what I'm assuming is some kind of bourbon barbecue sauce, because they just burned the alcohol out. That's super cool looking. I think that's neat. I want to up my burger game somehow. Why can't Mythical Kitchen give me good Borgor recipe? Thank you. How do you hold it after? The menu says gloves available upon request. It's a $52 burger. What? No. Too much. Moving on. Salmon swimming across a flooded road. I love this phenomenon because it is incredibly goofy, but I'm pretty sure the salmon that crossed this, impromptu waterfall river, pretty sure they get stranded and die, because there's no water on the other side. I think that's why you see some of them returning. It's the water's not gonna pool up in the forest. It's gonna get slurped in by the trees. Also, imagine being late to work because of a fish crossing. This is super cool though. I wonder what condition that road is in after a couple of years of this kind of, conditioning. God, that's so cool. I wonder if the fish just think they're swimming uphill to, upstream to bone, as salmon want to do, or if they're trying to get away from something. I think it's probably the former as opposed to the latter. Insane drone control going between his legs. Cool behind the scenes photo. So he's fly drone. Okay, so he is skateboarding. Well, neat. He's not controlling it yet. Someone else is. Oh, what? That's sick. That's genuinely sick. I would be so afraid of ruining my, like, upwards of $200 drone to get a good old-fashioned grundle shot on a skateboarder. But, like, God, that level of control is obscene, and that was a pretty clean grind. But yeah, that is an insane shot. I agree with the comments. The skill to get it between his legs is unbelievable. I'm glad that people are recognizing how sick the drone pilot is here. Gate 4 looks dope. Oh, now I'm sad. A train on fire passing through town. Wow, that is insane, but not in a good way. That's in an objectively bad way. I feel like trains, under common circumstances at least, probably shouldn't be on fire. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong and this is just a rare fire delivery truck. I'm not sure that's normal. I hope there were no backpackers on that one. That is a nightmare. That's genuinely terrifying, and the smoke trail it leaves is giving me anxiety. It made this entire station into Silent Hill. Probably trying to pull the train car out of the switchyard before the fire spreads to all other trains. That makes sense. That's probably why they're towing it, but still, nightmares. When you wear a size 3 shoe, there are signs of Bigfoot everywhere you go. That's a big foot. Or you've got tiny feet. Actually, apparently that's a size 12 or 13. I'm a size 11. So, you know, I wouldn't be too far off for this, but a size 3 foot, that's terrifying. How do you stay balanced? I feel like I would lose my way if I didn't have feet the size of feet. Like, you got tiny foot. Also, is this going on r/wiki feet now? You like that? Call back. Good old-fashioned wiki feet. I know, it's not quite insane, but it sure took a while. That's insane in its own right. If you manage to put this all together without sneezing, that's insane to me. Look, homie, don't disregard your accomplishments because you don't think they're as impressive as other people's. If I did that, I'd never make art. Granted, the last time I art Twitter posted was November 11th, but please, do as I say, not as I do. Nah, this is genuinely, like, super sick. Like, I could never do this. This is obscene and absurd, and Horton the elephant thinks he's a bird. This is neat. This cave drawing of a happy giraffe is 15,000 years old. I just want you to know that that weird emphasis, that was in the title. That is one happy giraffe, though. I love the fact that art is just this much of a human staple. We've been doing it since we've had fire, since we've had berries, since we were old enough as a species to understand breed, cook, eat, sleep, hunt. Like, we've understood the concepts of art since we were, you know, a primitive man. And I love the fact that that's maintained throughout all levels of human history. We like shiny things. We like it when our species makes pretty things. I'm glad it's a staple. I'm glad it's a staple. Also, this comment, credit, Unga Bunga. The giraffe appears to be saying, hoggers. So stupid. In 1960, David Latimer planted a tiny garden inside of a large glass bottle and sealed it shut. He opened the bottle 12 years later in 1972 to add some water and then sealed it for good. The self-contained ecosystem has flourished for nearly 60 years. That's super cool, and I always question what would happen if you put, like, just one little beetle in there that can eat leaf. Would it engorge itself and destroy its environment, or would it live a happy life inside of the bottle? I need answers. I don't need answers. I don't care that much about this, but this is actually super cool. Like, this guy looks so happy with his silly plant jar. Apparently, the garden is perfectly balanced in a self-sufficient ecosystem. Bacteria in the compost eats the dead plants, breaks it down for oxygen that's released by the plants, turning it into CO2, which is needed for photosynthesis. The bottle is essentially a microcosm of Earth. Neat. Joining geese in flight. This is super cool. I used to, you know, hear and see these things flying above school when I was a kid. Don't touch the goose! They're violent! They'll eat you! Don't touch the goose! God, that's so cool. These things are super loud, so I'm glad that this video doesn't have sound. But, God, that's so cool. I've always wanted to do this, but I'm petrified of heights. But at the same time, I'd be so afraid of these geese deciding, hey, you know what? We need a mid-flight snack. And just turning on me, you know what I mean? Like, I would expect that. Geese are evil little bastards. This car was driving 120 to 130 miles per hour down a service road. That tree blocked it from ramming straight into our house. It also blocked it from being a whole car anymore. God, how stupid do you have to be? I'll never understand people who are like, yes, I will go 100 something on this 30 mile per hour road. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I've gotten pulled over once for doing 50 and a 30 because I thought it was a 50. There were no speed limit signs. But like, why would you be doing 130 miles per hour on a service road? What kind of chungo brain do you gotta be? I'm glad the tree is okay. Apparently the tree got a sick battle scar, but, you know, was really strong. Good for you, tree. I'm proud of you. This painting of a glass of water by Emma May Riley. I'm sorry, what? What? That is a painting. As someone's art, you've done the Fresnel so good, but also now that I say that, you can see the splotching on the, what's it called, the right-hand side of the canvas, where it's like folding and a couple of paint splotchies and stuff, which is fine, it happens in physical art. I'm not trying to detract from how obscenely amazing this is. If you didn't tell me this was a painting, I would have just thought it was a photo. Like, that's where I want to be. That's where I want my art to be. And that's all the time we have here today on Kalbus. If you like this, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and please do let us know if you like the subreddit. Why? Because it's a new subreddit. I bet you didn't realize that before I told you. If you did, tell me in the comments your favorite flavor of color. If you do want more r/ThatsInsane, again, please do let us know. There'll be another random subreddit popping up in just a couple of seconds. But until then, my name has been Lumo, and I hope to see you in the very next Kalbus video. Have a great rest of your day.